All right, so although I've been diagnosed by two different professionals like 15 years ago, people still question, well, you don't look autistic, you don't act autistic. And in a lot of cases, I am more functional than most people, like when it comes to being around dogs, training dogs with owners, being in situations where it's all about talking about my special interest dogs. I could just go on and have conversations. But if you look at things, you'll still see there's subtle things that are still coping mechanisms that I've learned to mask, if you will. But not really that I'm talking about. Talking more about like things that are just like, if you deal with me and you're watching this, you're like, yeah, of course. Like, just see how I'm handling the business end of this house sale. I don't know how many times I've said to these people, listen, I'm good enough at one thing, dog training, to put me in a position to buy this house, but you guys are just acting like because it's easy for you, it's going to be easy for everybody, especially when I was very upfront that I have limitations and you've got to understand and work with me on that. Please, everyone's going to make tons of money off of not a lot of work here, so help the guy who's your customer facilitating, especially now. It's like not so many people are buying houses. Anyway, I don't want to go too off track on that, but anyway, that the way I just described it, because I'm getting worked up. But more than that is, I want to tell, it's a funny story. It's funny now. I had a girlfriend, Donna. Oh, this would be late 90s, 98, 97, 98, I think. I was in New York. I actually talked about today. I went back to college in my early 30s, and that should line up, right? 95, 30 years ago. 20s, I'm sorry. Yeah, mid-20s, like there's 20s. So anyway, I met Donna, and I was living back in my mother's house anyway. So I would drive by the Northern State Parkway in Long Island. Drove like her backyard, like you can see like her backyard and through the trees. If you know Long Island, it's very forested, so everything's kind of cut through the forest. So and it was a thing like where we did it a couple times where I would drive by, and we had cell phones, so I could call her. I wasn't really texting much then, but we don't think we had texting, no. But I could call her and be like, hey, I'm driving by, and like while we're talking, we wave to each other, I beep the horn, flash by, and then maybe I even come see her in a few minutes and I get off the exit and drive there. But sometimes it was just I was passing to go to work or go to school or something. So one time when I was relying on it, and we planned on it. That's the hard part, is when you have a plan and the plans get broken, even though there's usually a reason. Usually some people just they just don't care, but most people will break a plan for a reason. But it was like a major plan. It was like, to her, it wasn't a big deal. It was like, well, who cares? It's not like life's going to end if I don't wave to him. He's going to see me later anyway. But the way my brain, I did like it. It was cute, but it wasn't like my life depended on it, but my brain treated it like it did, because it was a reliable pattern that I had short-term kind of anticipation of. And I'll talk about how it relates to like the dog thing too, right? But that to me, and like I got upset at her. No one understood. I didn't even know what I was doing then. I just, like, why are you so particular? Why does it got to go your way? Like all this stuff. And I was like, I just can't handle it. And it's true. Like, I think I can manage it better because I understand myself now and I'm more mature. I'm even just more tired and I'm more busy. I'm just focusing on so much work related stuff in my life, just life. It's hard to just get caught up in that. But that to me is like one of the more autistic things that I can remember me doing. It's so many, but I thought it's kind of cute too in a way, because no harm. She didn't leave me then, but she left me probably shortly after for other meltdown and particular type things like they usually do. That's just how it is. That's why I'm upfront when I date now, because they have to understand how maybe they're like me too, and that's quite helpful. So that's that. Oh yeah, and the dog thing. I mean, if you're a dog and you're walking and you're anticipating like something to happen, for better or worse, and you're ready to go and it doesn't, you get startled, you get like this frustration. So if you create a reliable pattern for your dog, just through training, through the routines that you're guiding them through, and specifically even saying like, do this, walk at this pace, stay there, come to me here, like everything is just black and white. It seems like micromanaging, but for a dog or even like a person on the spectrum in a human way, it really is helpful. It gives security. It gives awareness on the part of the other party. So that person who's struggling and always in a heightened state of alert and very quick to have sensory overload, meltdown, anxiety, confusion. Your brain just starts rattling. The foggy thing you get, your heart, it's just craziness. So someone to help you navigate it. It's kind of like your seeing eye human, they call it, but just that kind of thing helps. Oh, it's just like I thought it was like a dead animal. It's just a flower. But yeah, it's ADHD shit too. He's like, oh, look, a flower. Look, the wind. So that's, I guess, yeah, but I'm writing a book about this, and I'll just talk. No one's going to, how many people watch this? I'm going to be speaking. I'm getting paid to speak at this conference. It's the largest conference for dog trainers. Or I think it's the largest. It's a pretty big deal. And I'm really excited. So it's next year, so I have plenty of time to prepare. Hopefully I'll have a book on this subject written, and that's what they want me to speak about, is the connection between neurodivergence, spectrum disorders, ADHD, even trauma survivors, and how it relates to relating to these guys, to the hypervigilant, unfiltered, black and white kind of pattern, thinking in pictures, reality, pure thought, whatever you want to say, call it, mindset, mind, brain, that is different, but as I think you're starting to see, or I've seen for a while, there's definitely some gifts that, I guess, and I'm pretty, I got a feeling about that bothered me. That's a hard one. That hurt me in my core. So there's another moment, but yeah, let me end that now. So anyway, that's so hard. So anyway, yeah, that's that. I'll just leave it at that. Thank you so much. Subscribe, watch, and stay tuned for when I do this talk at the conference. Once I get more specifics, I'm gonna, of course, talk more about it and announce. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for watching.